Notice this especially with some men who seem to think Trump's behavior, the bullying and the putting people down, is a sign of strength. And I am here to tell you that is not what real strength is. It never has been. Real strength is about working hard and carrying a heavy load without complaining. Real strength is about taking responsibility for your actions and telling the truth even when it's inconvenient. Real strength is about helping people who need it and standing up for those who can't always stand up for themselves. That is what we should want for our daughters and for our sons, and that is what I want to see in a president of the United States of America.
See, y'all should have never gave me the confidence. I mean, here we go, third video of the day. I just wanted to say, me and my coworkers, some of my coworkers, we miss Obama. Fuck the Democrat versus... That man knew how to address people, knew how to pronounce things, knew how to, articulate himself in a professional, presidential manner. And I just wanted to tell y'all, we miss Obama. This shit's sad. Really, it feels like... Y'all know what it feels like. It's crazy out here. Let me know if y'all miss Obama. I know y'all do.
Hi guys, my name is Priska and welcome back to the channel. So I don't know about you, but there's just something about Barack Obama that I love so much. Like anytime he speaks, it's like he hits the nail right on the head. And honestly, I see why so many people keep saying they miss him. In this clip, he addresses people who think Trump's bad behavior somehow shows strength. And listen, the way he breaks it down is just too good.
I miss the person I was before Donald Trump. Some of you are too young to remember a time before, but I remember a time before. You would wake up without feelings of dread and rage every day. You could walk about the world with worries. Okay, life was life, but you didn't carry around this impending sense of doom at every moment. God, I miss that girl so much.
You know how some people really mix their eggs. I really miss Obama.
When I ran for the presidency in 08, I fly down to South Carolina. Alarm goes off, and I feel terrible. I am exhausted. Think I'm coming down with a cold. I open up the curtains. It's pouring down rain outside. Pouring down rain, horrible day. I get the newspaper outside my door, and there's a bad story about me in the New York Times. I get dressed, shave, walk out. My umbrella blows open. That ever happened to you? And I get soaked. I'm just soaked. I get in the car. I say, all right, how long is it going to take to Greenwood? An hour and a half. Finally, I get out and I walk in, and there are like 15, 20 people there. And I will tell you, they didn't look any happier to see me than I did to see them. And so I go around the room and I say, how do you do? What do you do? But they're not really feeling it right now. And suddenly I hear this voice from the back just shout, fired up. And everybody in the room says, fired up. And then I hear the voice say, ready to go. And everybody in the room says, ready to go. And I don't know what's going on. I think these people are crazy. Maybe I shouldn't have come here. And then I look in the back of the room, and there's this middle-aged woman. She's got a big church hat, and she got, I think, a gold tooth. Turns out she holds a position in the local NAACP office. And also, I'm not kidding you, is a private detective. This is a true story. She's like she's like a private eye. Although it's hard to think that you wouldn't see her coming. She's very colorful. And she is known wherever she goes by saying this chant, fired up, ready to go. And every meeting she goes to, she does this thing. But the interesting thing is, after a while, I'm starting to get kind of fired up. I'm starting to feel like I'm ready to go. And all those negative thoughts and all those bad memories start kind of drifting away. And It just goes to show you how one voice can change a room. And if it can change a room, it can change a city. And if it can change a city, it can change a state. And if it can change a state, it can change a nation. And if it can change a nation, it can change the world. So I just have one question for you. Are you fired up? Ready to go? Fired up? Ready to go? Fired up? Ready to go?
Undocumented immigrants in the United States cannot receive health insurance from Obamacare, from Medicaid, from Medicare. They are barred from doing so. And if you tell me, oh, but I know my tia, primo, they're doing that illegally. That is illegal, okay? And the Republicans, all of the maggots, are saying that Democrats didn't want to vote on the spending bill that would have kept the government open because they're dying on the hill of giving health care to illegals. No, the reason the government is shutting down is because the Democrats refused to join a vote on the spending bill that would keep the government open, or would reopen it at this point. Why? Because MAGA wants to gut healthcare in this country for millions of people, even more than they already have. So what happens now? Hundreds of thousands of people in this country are furloughed, right? Federal workers are furloughed, meaning they are given unpaid leave, and whenever the government ramps back up, they're going to come back to work. And aside from that, there are many other people who work in very essential jobs. For example, like air traffic control people. They are working right now with no pay. And they're going to have to wait until all of this is sorted out to be able to receive retroactive pay. So no, Democrats aren't to blame. We have a Republican-controlled House, Senate, Supreme Court, presidency. They are in full control of what is happening in this country right now. And if they don't want to solve these things, the least Democrats can do is do this as protest. Force them to come to the table to make concessions on these topics that need concessions to be made. I actually have a good example of how healthcare works with undocumented immigrants. Stick with me. An uncle of mine lived here in the US, in Miami specifically, for many, many years. And one day he had a really, really gruesome workplace accident. We thought he quite literally died, right? He fell off a roof. And it was so bad that when they called the ambulance, the Jackson helicopter from Jackson Memorial Hospital here in Miami, they came to pick him up and took him all the way to Ryder Trauma. They did emergency surgery on him. They stabilized him, all that. Thankfully, he's still alive, right? He's living in Honduras now. But the thing is, that's all, right? They only stabilize people who are undocumented here in the US. If they want to get more healthcare, more, attention, medical attention, they need to either pay out of pocket or be in some kind of life or death situation where an ambulance or a doctor is not going to be like, oh, wait, you're undocumented? Yeah, let me not save your life because you're an illegal. That's not how things work, at least for now, in the United States. So yeah, if you are directly or indirectly affected, which I think we all are, by a government shutdown, you know who to blame. It's MAGA, it's Trump, and it's the Republican Party.
So one thing with Obama, I had zero respect for him as a president, but he would bop down those stairs. I've never seen he'd go down the stairs, wouldn't hold on. I said, it's great. I don't want to do it. I guess I could do it. But eventually, bad things are going to happen. And it only takes once. But he did a lousy job as president.
Bro, tell me I did not just watch Donald Trump sit in the face of 800 of the highest-ranked military officers and ramble about Obama's ability to, and I quote, bop down the steps. He's jealous of Obama's ability to do this. Be so for real. And it's also so funny that he was probably feeling insecure because Hexeth was literally just calling all of the generals fat and out of shape, which triggered his own insecurity. And his default whenever he's feeling insecure is to compare himself to either Obama or Biden. I can really appreciate the fact, as a psychology major and a political science minor, that he's going to be enshrined in textbooks for both disciplines for decades to come as the embodiment of hubris and narcissism.
Does anyone else miss when politics were so boring that we never even knew the names of the people like running the departments because they were doing their jobs and we didn't need to know them? I miss Obama.
Miss Obama so much. We had it so good. Was Obama the perfect president? No, not by any means. Each president has had their fault. But Jesus Christ. I grew up with Obama in office, okay? Obama was in office from 2008 to 2016. That's my entire, teen life, okay? Y'all ever seen The Crown? You know that moment on one of the first few episodes of season 1 in The Crown after the king dies? And, Winston Churchill is giving his, basically his speech over the radio. There's a part where he talks about growing up in the August summers of Queen Victoria. And I'm just like, you know what? That's how I feel about Obama right now. It was a beautiful time. I was still able to go back and forth from Mexico. Getting a passport was $25. Gas was like $2.50, maybe $3 sometimes. I'll admit, gas was expensive. I'm not gonna lie, but Lord, everything else wasn't. At that time, ramen was less than 25 cents. I know I said I wanted to grow up, but I'm tired of this, Grandpa. And I know it's too damn bad, but I'm tired.
Honestly, that right there is why people miss Obama. The calm, the wisdom, the way he breaks things down without all the chaos. It's like night and day compared to what we see now. Trump's behavior isn't strength, it's recklessness. Strength is being able to lead with clarity, intelligence, and respect. And Obama showed that every single time. And this right here is exactly why Trump hates him so much. I'd call it insecurity. He's just mad Obama is smarter, looks younger, and carries himself better. Anyway, guys, let me know in the comments if you miss him too, because I definitely do miss him, even though I'm not American. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe for more. See you in the next one.